Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a quick little story time, I guess, or a quick little, run through of my road trip to Houston and just how everything worked out. It was a journey. It was a little bit of a hot mess, but we made it and we're here. I was able to record some packing footage and also just some scenery footage, but at some point it got a little stressful, so I was not recording. So I'm just going to start with just day one. So day one, we left at around 4:30 a.m. I left that early because I thought I'll be able to get at least 4 hours in, because my baby usually sleeps around, at the time he was like 2 months, and he usually slept around 4-hour increments. I was wrong. He woke up around 6 a.m. Which was fine. Again, my kids were homeschooling. So I had a designated stop that I wanted to stop at so that we can get Wi-Fi so they can get on their Chromebooks and do homeschooling. So we're at our first stop. We are in Fireboro, California, I believe. Sorry for the sun, y'all. I'm trying to get away from it. We're in Fireboro, California. It is 8:43. The boys are in the car homeschooling. They should be done in about 30 minutes or so. We ate breakfast, and so we're just basically relaxing. The baby's relaxing. So I'm gonna get some footage of the road now that it is a light outside, and I'll check back in a little bit. That first day was pretty rough. Again, he was 2 months at the time, and we were stopping sometimes every hour for that whole day, maybe every hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, not even for gas, just to stop, because he was screaming and crying, and because he wasn't used to being in a car, and I knew something like that would happen, but I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. So we made it to our first stop was Arizona. I wanted to stop in Phoenix, so we was able to get to Phoenix. Again, with all the stopping, I didn't get to Phoenix until about 10 o'clock. Now, my initial ETA was supposed to be around 7, so that just tells you how much we were stopping and how much delays we had. Again, fine. It's fine. So we get to Phoenix 10 o'clock. We stayed at a hotel. It was okay. It wasn't the best. So because again, my kids were homeschooling, we left late from Phoenix. We left at checkout because I wanted my kids to get done with school. So we did that. So we didn't leave Phoenix until like 1:30, and that was because we had to stop and get something to eat. I also picked up a new hotspot because the hotspot that I had was not working well. It was actually given to me, it was free, but the data ran out so fast. So I ended up buying a new hotspot and got like the highest data that I could get. And yeah, so then again, we didn't leave until like 1 p.m., which was not ideal. Realistically, I should have left sooner than that because yeah, I was never ever planning to drive late at night, but that's exactly what I did all 3 days. So we drove. My goal was to get to San Antonio. That did not happen, y'all. We got to Van Horn, Texas. Let's back up. We have finally made it into El Paso, which is the first city into Texas. Y'all have a clip of that. I was screaming like, yay, we made it. You're now leaving New Mexico. I'm Mexico. We're in Texas. Look at the signs right there. I see it. We're in Texas.
Oh, God bless you.
The second day, I will say this, my baby did well. I don't know if he just was like, let me give y'all a break today. But he did really good that second day. Really. We didn't have to make that many stops for him. The only reason why we drove late is because we left late. We left at 1:30, almost 2 o'clock. So I decided to stop in Van Horn versus trying to get to San Antonio, because from Van Horn to San Antonio was another 4 hours. And by that time we got to Van Horn, it was like 11 o'clock at night, and y'all, I was spent. I was tired. So we stopped in Van Horn and stayed overnight. We had a shorter drive, which ended up being a long drive for multiple reasons. So the third day, we leave around 8 o'clock in the morning. And I did that again because it was supposed to be a short day. So that day, my boyfriend called me like, hey, I'm not sure you know this, but there's supposed to be some kind of winter storm hitting Houston, hitting Texas in general. And I'm like, all of Texas? He's like, yeah, like all of Texas. It was, at this point, there was already the big pileup in Dallas, I believe. And he was like, yes, a big pileup in Dallas. And I'm like, oh, wow. So in my mind, y'all, I'm optimistic. I'm glass half full type of person. So I'm like, oh, well, it should be okay. Y'all, he told me that morning, just before we were getting ready to leave. Y'all, not even an hour on the road, we get into this thick fog. When I say it's thick, I've never been in any fog like that. It was like, just imagine having a white almost see-through sheet. It's barely see-through sheet in front of you while you're driving. So at this point, I've never driven in that kind of weather before. Nervous as I don't know what, but I endured it. I said, okay, I'm gonna do this. I was always told, whenever you get into that type of weather, try to always drive close behind another car or a bigger car. So it was actually trucks on the road. So I ended up getting behind a truck. I stayed behind that truck, y'all, for about over an hour, just so I can get through this fog, because this fog was bad. You couldn't even see anything in front of you. So that's why I got behind a 18-wheeler, because the 18-wheeler had his lights on. I could see his lights, and I just stayed behind the truck. Then finally the fog let down, and then we're driving, and it's kind of clear. On the side of the road, you see the flowers kind of iced over, but it's not in the roads yet. Then as we drive, and then we hit the ice. When I say ice, people were sliding in front of me. No wrecks, thank God, no wrecks, but they were sliding. People were sliding, so I'm slowing down so I won't slide. And that was short. After that, it was snow. It was basically snow all the way there. And again, I was stopping a lot due to my baby. He had some moments where we were stopping. You gotta stop to eat. And this time around, I was not driving and eating. At some of the places that we would go, I would get it to go and we would kind of eat. I would eat my food in the car on the way there. But I didn't feel safe in that kind of conditions to drive and eat. So I stopped and we ate where we stopped and ate. Now, just to backtrack, my goal was we stayed at hotels that provided breakfast, or I brought breakfast. So the first hotel, I brought breakfast and we ate breakfast in the hotel. The second hotel, we ate breakfast at the hotel. They served breakfast, and I kept me and my boys both had our own bag of snacks and food to eat. So really, I only brought food, stopped for food, maybe. I think the first day we stopped twice. The second day we stopped once. And second day we stopped twice. We stopped twice. And then the third day we stopped once because of the conditions. I just told the boys, y'all need to eat up what's in y'all bag, your snack bags, and we're going to just go from there. We had to stop for bathroom breaks, of course, but I was not stopping that many times in that. What I was on a mission. I had to get to Houston. So anyway, we come maybe an hour out. It's like midnight. Not midnight. It was like maybe 10 o'clock. We're like an hour out, y'all. I-10, half of I-10 was shut down. I'm like, wait, what? Now, mind you, I didn't have my GPS on because I've taken this drive. Once you get to I-10, I know that it's just a straight shot through. Why didn't I have my GPS on? I don't know. Because if I would have had my GPS on, it would have told me to detour. But I didn't do that. I decided to stay on I-10. So I get to I-10, and I-10 has I'm like an hour out of Houston, and there is literally standstill. By this time, y'all, I'm delusional. I'm like, I'm over it. I just want to stop. Because when I pulled up my GPS in that morning, it told me I had what, 6 or 7 hours or something like that. And I was going to get to Houston by 7. I didn't get to Houston till midnight. Literally, I didn't get there till Saturday. And I left on Wednesday. So we get to Houston. We get off. I get off at the exit that I'm familiar with, and I got tired of being on the freeway, y'all. So I took. If you're familiar with Houston, you guys know of Highway 6. I-10. I was on I-10. I got off on Highway 6. My hotel was off 249. So, and it was on 1960. So, with that being said, if you're familiar with Houston, you can take Highway 6 turns into 1960. So that is why I got off, because I was really delusional and I did not want to be on the freeway no more. I just wanted to get off and be over that for a minute. So I get up on Highway 6. Highway 6 is cut off because there is a car flipped over on Highway 6. Y'all, I'm like, what? So there was a detour, and it wasn't that bad, but it was still like, I'm over it. I'm ready to get to my hotel. So finally we get to the hotel. My boyfriend meets us there. He has food because we haven't ate. Well, we're hungry. We're sick of snacking. So he brings us food, and yeah, we get there. Hotel. Then, so my boyfriend's like, well, listen, you're gonna have to go out tomorrow and just get some stuff because they talking about rolling blackouts, all this stuff. So we don't know what it's gonna look like. So the next day, we get up, me and the boys go get something to eat, and then we go to Kroger. Kroger is packed. And I'm like, why is Kroger packed? Went to Kroger, got some stuff just to kind of hold us over. Again, I'm not thinking this is going to be a 3-day thing, but it was a 3-day thing. That night, I think it was Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday night. We all get, we hungry. But my boyfriend's like, well, let's try to get some food. So I ordered some pizza. Took like 4 hours to get to me. 4 hours for pizza. But that was expected due to the storm, whatever. So that night, we're sleeping Sunday night, I believe. Sunday night, wake up middle of the night, no power. And I'm like, oh, okay, no power. Okay, so we wake up like at 4 a.m. I'm like, oh, power be back on 7 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock. No, wake up, still no power. We went 3 days, y'all, with no power, none, no power. It was tough. It was tough. We survived it though. Yeah, I would say that. Like, even though it was hard, it was rough. We survived it, and a lot of people did not. So I'm grateful for that. But other than that, besides that, when the power came back on was the day that I was supposed to move into my townhouse. And I got an email saying, hey, it's been pushed back till Friday due to the storm, and we haven't had a chance to do a walkthrough of your home. So I didn't move into my home until Friday, even though I was supposed to move till Wednesday. So I had to extend my hotel, which was extra money that I wasn't planning on spending, but I had to do what I had to do. Yeah, that week was interesting, to say the least. It was very, 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 very interesting. But again, we made it through. All is well. We were able to eat. We were able to clean up our bodies, at least. It was cold water, but we made it work. My baby, I kept him bundled with hats and one whole, the whole onesie footies situation, kept him nice and bundled. So that he wouldn't catch a cold. I made my kids stay nice and bundled. I stayed bundled. So we made it through it. So yeah, that's it, y'all. That's the run through. I hope you enjoyed the little clips that I added in. It's not much. I wish there were more, but yeah. And I'm gonna start this video with me packing, and then I'm gonna come on and do my talk through.
Pick the pace up, we should take it slow.